Okay, so this is the first trip of the year to Girdwood. We came on the first day that they were open, and it's still early in the season. They see most of their business later on, more in like the June, July timeframe. So for the most part, we had the whole area to ourselves, pretty much, just me and my assistant. This has been an active mining claim for a little over 100 years. It's open to tourism, so you can pay a small fee and use their claim for a day. They have everything that you need, like the shovels and basic equipment to go prospecting on your own. And if you want to bring bigger gear, you can. You just have to pay a larger fee. These structures are original, going back to about 100 years to when the claim was first active. I like this little touch. They have a vending machine here on the honor system. Pretty neat. Headed down towards the river, there's two different routes that you can go. There's two main areas that you can do your prospecting. So first off, they gave us 2 bags of pay dirt, and my assistant is gonna pan it out. So put the dirt in the pan. All of it. Now put the baggies over in my stuff. So my assistant is really interested in geology and rocks, which I think is awesome. I got a gold claw pan. I was thinking that it'd probably be easier to teach the kids how to pan using that than a traditional one, and she did a good job overall. Kind of reminded me of when I was trying to teach my wife how to drive a manual transmission, but this one a little bit better, you could say. Alright, show me the gold. Oh my gosh. Look at that, Marin. You did such a good job. Smile. You found the gold all by yourself. That's a good job. Wow, look at that. Alright, now we'll find some more gold, alright? I was sampling dirt from several different areas, and I had my assistant run it through the sluice. The river gravel here is really heavy, so even when you set up the sluice with a really high flow, it's difficult to clear the heavy river gravel out of it. Okay, so first clean out. So there's some real small pieces in there, but not seeing any bigger stuff yet. Today I was mostly testing samples from several different areas, and for the most part I was just getting flood gold. Sometimes your whole trip can be saved by one lucky find, and this is pretty much one of those times.
So I've been having really bad luck today, and I'm mostly just finding like really small flood gold. And I was looking around on the very top of this pile of rocks, just sitting there. I saw something that looked kind of funny. I thought, oh, well, that's just some quartz. It was not quartz. This piece of gold was just sitting on top of the pile of rocks where my assistant is. Hi, Marin. Wave. Wave at me. Oh God, you're terrible. But yeah, so there we go.
For the most part on this claim, you find flood gold unless you can dig down deeper. So depending on where you are, there's anywhere from 4 to 10, maybe more feet of overburden. So in this giant open spot here, a man came in the winter and dug it open with earth moving equipment and was running samples from lower down. And he piled up all of his tailings in these large piles here, which is why I find larger pieces of gold on the top of the piles of rocks, which is not normally where you would expect to find them. It's because I'm actually running this guy's tailings from deep down in the pond. And the person that does that, he basically runs a fractional mining operation where whatever he pulls out of here, he shares a portion of that with the claim holders. His mining equipment at this point in time is actually a little bit further up in an area that's roped off to the public access. So we just put in about 3 hours today, and that wraps up our trip. I'll let my assistant take us out.
Oh, is that funny to you? Alright, here we go. First trip to Koh Creek this year. And I don't have a scale, so we'll just look at it. That's what we got there. I hope that's focused. Basically, our whole trip was saved by that one picker right there. It's a pretty good sized piece. And it was just sitting on top of a rock. Good stuff. Alright.
I ended up weighing this later, and this picker ended up being about 0.24 grams.